Hi again guys, so I've got another GranTurismo 6 top speed tune for you today, and this time it's for one of the most popular of the newer racing cars featured on GranTurismo 6, the Honda HSV-010. So you want your racing soft tyres as usual. For suspension we've actually left that as it is. We've rounded down the springs to 15 and 16, dampers and anti-roll to 4, camber on 2, neutral toe as always. For the gearbox we've got an auto setting of 230, we've rounded off the gears to 4145, 2690, 1925, 1450, 1145 and 950 with a final drive of 3.5. For the diff, lowest initial torque obviously to reduce wheel spin off the line, high acceleration and low braking sensitivity, stage 3 engine tune and the high RPM turbo, and obviously you want your downforce set as low as possible. Traction control is of course turned off as always. And so, like I said, this is one of the more popular of the newer GT class racing cars. Easy to understand why. It's a cool looking car. It has one of the most distinctive exhaust notes of any car in the game. It's very high pitched Formula Nippon, Formula 1 kind of sound, and it is a pretty good car. It's one of the best handling cars in the game, phenomenal amount of grip, great brakes, pretty good acceleration, not necessarily one of the quickest in the game, but good for a GT car. In terms of top speed, it's actually pretty good. Many of the GT class or higher end touring cars do lack a bit of top speed compared to what you'd expect them to have. But this car actually has a pretty good top speed. With this particular setup, it cruises at about 236, and this is one of the only cars I've ever found on this game, if not the only car, that can actually maintain the exact same top speed around the corners of this track as it can on the straights, and that is highly unusual. I've never found any other car that can do that. In fact, this car actually gets quicker on the corner than it does on the straight. On the straight it cruises at about 236 like I said, but on the corner it actually moves up to 237 for some reason. So pretty quick. In terms of draft potential, it's fairly close to the red line, but you do have a decent amount of slipstream potential. Should be able to quite easily get it up around 250, maybe 260. So more than enough to slipstream against most other GT class cars. If you do need it to do more, say 280 or 290 with slipstream, then obviously you'll want to extend your final drive a little bit more, maybe down to 3.3 or 3.2, depending on how fast you plan on drafting with it. Handling, as you would expect, is very good. And this is also, incidentally, quite a unique car in that it doesn't have a road-going counterpart, which is kind of strange. Usually GT class cars are based on street versions, but this one isn't, which in my opinion is kind of a shame, because a street version of this car I think would look pretty cool, and it would be pretty fast as well, I reckon, and at the very least it would sound awesome. So I hope you guys find this tune setup helpful. If you did, feel free to subscribe. I put out new top speed tunes every day, and as always, thanks for watching.